Okay guys, so today we're going to do the area of composite figures. So that means we're looking at the area of a shape that can be broken down into common shapes that we already know how to find the area of, such as a triangle, rectangle or parallelogram, trapezoid, and a circle. So we're going to start out by drawing these we're going to start out by drawing these shapes. So first we have a square, a rectangle, and a parallelogram. Okay, so these all are going to use the same formula. Over here it says rectangle or parallelogram. So area equals base times height. So a square is a special type of rectangle. It's a rectangle with equal sides. And then a parallelogram is a rectangle that's essentially shifted or tilted to the right. So what we need to find the area of these three shapes is the base and the height. So the base for each of these shapes is going to be the bottom. So here's the base, and here's the base. I want you guys to be using colors like I am. It doesn't have to be the same color, but colors to identify it. So the second piece of these shapes is the height. Now, one thing that's very important, and I want you guys to make a note of, is that height is always at a 90-degree angle. Okay, so this right here is at a 90-degree angle, so that is our height. Same with the rectangle. Now the issue here is that it's slanted, so that means that is not going to be our height. So we are going to draw the height up and down here and put in a 90-degree angle. Also, sometimes you'll see it drawn out to the side like this. If it's a dashed line, it is not part of the shape. That means it's just showing you the height. All right, so that's how you find the area of a square, a rectangle, and a parallelogram. Next shape we're going to look at is a triangle. So we either have a triangle like this, a right triangle, or we can have it's about an equilateral triangle. But either way, our formula is going to be area equals 1/2 base times height. Okay, so let's go ahead and label the base and the height. So the 1/2 is always there. It stays there. Don't forget your half. Okay, that's always just part of the formula. And often with the half, we'll see if the base or the height are an even number, so we can just divide it by 2. But the base of the triangle is going to be either here at the bottom or here. And then the height is always up and down at a 90-degree angle. So height is here because that's a 90-degree. But here it's not the slant. You have to draw it in. The height is down the center. That is the height of the triangle. Okay. Next shape we're going to go over is a trapezoid. So a trapezoid can either be seen like this, or sometimes it's straight up and down and goes like that. Both of these are trapezoids because they have one parallel set of sides and one set that's not parallel. So for that, our formula is going to be area equals 1/2 base 1 plus base 2 times height. Okay, So again, the 1/2 is just part of our formula. That's something that you're always going to just write in. So we have 2 bases in this situation, okay? So we have base 1 and base 2. And to be honest, it doesn't matter which one's which because you're adding them, right? It doesn't matter if it's 2 plus 3 or 3 plus 2, it's the same. But I always say that base 1's on the top, base 2 is on the bottom. Same thing over here, base 1, base 2. Our bases on a trapezoid are the 2 parallel sides. And then height, again, is always going to be at a 90-degree angle. So height would be there, or this type of trapezoid, it would be right here, up and down. Okay, so the last shape we have is the area of a circle. So we have either a full circle, you sometimes have a, let's see, I'm trying to figure out how I want to write this, a semicircle or a quarter circle, okay? So for area of a circle, our formula is area equals pi r squared, okay? So r squared means r times itself, and the radius is from the center to the edge of the circle. That is the radius. If you're given the diameter, you have to divide by 2. Okay, so here, again, this here is half of a circle, okay? So I'm going to draw a little picture here and show you that I'm talking about this half of the circle. Okay. And then here, this is a quarter circle. So it's one little quarter here. Okay, so with that, you want to think about this semicircle is the formula for the area of a circle, pi r squared, but we're cutting it in half, right? And over here, it's a quarter circle. So it's pi r squared divided by 4. We're cutting it into 4 pieces, okay? And again, for each of these, you're going to be using your radius. So the radius is from the center of the circle to the edge of the circle, okay? So that's the formula for the area of a circle. The other thing that I want you guys to know is when it asks you for the area of the composite figure, that means the total. So the composite figure is going to be the total, or the sum of the pieces. So you're going to add all of the pieces together. If it's asking you for a shaded region, it means that it wants a part of it. So usually for the shaded region, you're going to subtract something. Okay, so often it's a square and you're taking out the circle. So make sure that you're paying attention to these two. So now that you've gone back and looked at your formula chart, you've gone over the dimensions that you need, where the base and the height is of each shape, you should be all set to divide your shapes up, find the area of each piece, and answer your question.